Hello, everyone. I am Server Dude.
I'm Mumfo.
Corey.
This is Podcade Podcast episode 28, recorded on November 3rd, 2015. How you guys been doing?
Pretty good. Just getting adjusted to the time change and recovering from Halloween.
Yeah, I didn't really notice the change because I was already up at that time. So.
It's just the same thing.
Yeah, it was just normal. I was like, slider.
There's no light coming into the basement.
Yeah, and Podcade Studios is underground, so light does not matter. We work 24/7.
Vitamin D is not being had in this room.
Sure.
Like I've gotten my daily dose of vitamin D. I don't think so.
Okay. Are we still good? Or are you still
Still trying to refresh.
Okay. You got the Wi-Fi password, right?
Yeah, I'm okay. I got it.
Okay.
Are we live?
I think we're still live. Or we've been live,
Go
technically.
TNT advertisement. I don't watch you. Oh.
Do you know the great Gonzo? Corey?
What?
The great Gonzo, 1990.
I am in the Matrix.
Yes. we are all in the Matrix.
That's where we come from, yeah?
Yes. But yes, so we just came from Halloween not too long ago. I hear you went and actually did something on Halloween.
Yeah, my friend invited me out to LA, Glendale specifically. His parents were throwing a party, and I had to reuse a Halloween costume from last year, which is retro Batman.
I was going to say, can we guess it real quick, but you ruled it.
It's too fast.
No.
But the problem with retro Batman was they didn't have an adult size, so it was a couple sizes too small.
Oh. Well, I was going to ask, is it the Batman with the nipples on it? Or
no nipple Batman. No nips. No nip slips. Maybe because it was so small and there might be nipples showing.
Okay.
But and it was cold.
Yeah. Okay.
That sounds incredible.
Was it just you, or was it a group of friends? Or
me and my girlfriend went out there. She didn't really have a costume. She just had cat ears, so it was pretty much Catwoman, I guess. And my friend and his wife were Mario and Luigi, and there was some good outfits there. It's Robin Hood. And,
yeah, I actually made a really good Joker costume, like from The Dark Knight. I went all out. I got the mask or not the mask, but the makeup and the jacket, like even like down to like the purple suit jacket and the tie and such. So
nice.
I went all out, kind of thing. It came out pretty well, and I used it in like a short film kind of thing, which mysteriously lost the footage somewhere. I don't know. I was sad because I wanted to see my performance too, but yeah.
Did Halloween catch up to you this year? You didn't?
Me and Mr. Fuss did a Podcade Horror Nights or Night of Horror kind of thing. So we did
how'd
that.
that go?
It went well. We went into relatively well. We did Contagion and Left 4 Dead. We died a few times.
I saw a few of those. I caught a bit of the stream.
Yeah. Jesus Corey joined us for the stream.
Morpheus Corey.
Oh yeah. What is real?
Yeah. But yeah. What did you do for Halloween?
Drug Tylenol.
Okay.
You're sick?
I got sick.
Aww.
I did get sick. I'm thankfully like over it now, but yeah. So I didn't go out. Not that I probably would have anyway, but
yeah.
It still sucks.
I mean, you were talking about joining us on the stream that night.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I was really hoping to be there for some of that, but
I think we're gonna be doing that more often, like do seasonal streams or something, you know. So you'll have your chance next time. I think we'll go all out.
In the spirit of the holidays.
Yeah, well, holidays.
I'll grow out a beard for Christmas.
Okay.
Just kidding. I can't grow a beard.
Okay. Here. But yeah, I mainly just done that. You guys have any good Halloween stories from like previous years, or is mainly? I mean, for me personally, I mean, when I was younger, I did trick or treating and stuff, and that was always fun. Mm-hmm. We were in a bigger neighborhood, and the neighborhood was like known for going all out. Like we decorated the house. There was like not just one, but a few haunted house backyards and stuff. So
everyone's trying to one up each other.
Sort of. I mean, it wasn't like a competition. It was mainly just like this is fun. Let's go do some fun stuff kind of thing. So it was mainly just like very spirited. But I don't know about it now because it was like similar to the neighborhood I am in now. It's like once the kids were gone, it was kind of dead. So kind of thing. We got like a lot of trick-or-treaters that time. And even here, we had quite a few here. Like, and this is like perfect trick-or-treating neighborhood since the doors are like literally next to each other. So it's really just walk 5 feet and you're next door.
You have 5 houses per minute.
Yeah, it's like the ultimate like speed run of trick-or-treating. So
we got 0 trick-or-treaters this year. 0.
Yeah.
0. And we live in a cul-de-sac, and there's kids at the end of the cul-de-sac, and they play outside every day. And
I live in a cul-de-sac too. We don't, like I was talking with him earlier. It's kind of gone down in recent years because, well, kids are growing up, and the kids we all knew when we were kids are, we're freaking old now.
Yeah, I know how that feels.
But yeah, it's just gone down and down and down. For some reason, like this year though, well, actually I know the reason. It actually kind of went up a bit. We had like 30, somewhere between like 30 and 50 people in total. But the interesting thing was the reason we got so many was because they were coming in like vans and cars and things. They were like
raiding you guys.
Like they apparently they do this a lot nowadays. They just get in groups of like 6 or 8 or something, pile up in a car and just drive to a neighborhood where they drive to a neighborhood where they think they can get the most out of it. You know. It's like,
let's find
lucrative
bigger houses or something.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I remember, like, I don't know if it was just because it was the childhood I had or something, but it was like it seemed like Halloween was more popular earlier on in the like the 90s and stuff, and as the 2000s came, I don't know if it was just less people want to because of the depression or well, not depression, but recession. That's but I don't know. It just seems like it's gone down, especially also like other holidays too. It's just like people don't want to celebrate too much.
I was honestly just thinking about this the other day. I feel like it definitely has, just because people don't like being that person, you know, the person everybody knows who's just like so into the holiday. Just everybody.
I think it's that, and also it's become too commercial now.
Yeah, and either you're oversaturated or you don't want to be the one like doing the saturation.
Yeah. But
our generation is maybe the 90s generation is growing up and doing like adult parties that night, so maybe there's less trick-or-treaters in that sense, where everyone's, plus it was a Saturday this weekend, so a lot of people had their parties to go to and stuff like that, so maybe that attributed to less trick-or-treaters.
Very well
Yeah. But in other video game news, so apparently there was like a Sony press conference, and we couldn't get to it last podcast because it was just like a surprise, and it was like I didn't find out until after it was over, and I was like, okay, this is the thing. Now it's like another E3. It's like now it's like okay to have like multiple gaming convention show things, because before it was just like E3 and maybe BlizzCon slowly got up there, and then Comic-Con was also another thing. Now it's like Gamescom, there's what else is there? Feels like there's
BlizzCon.
BlizzCon is a bigger one.
It's hilarious that you mentioned that, because this is another thing I was thinking about, because my dad was talking about the shows he works at. Comic-Con, it really did used to be like a center of like, ooh, new games and things too. Like you could actually find some genuine news about games coming out or whatever. And it's like nowadays it's like nobody even considers it as like a source of gaming news or anything like that.
Yeah, I think ever since like the whole superhero Marvel movies and such took off, I think it's now just all just pure comic books. I mean, Comic-Con
shows. Like,
TV shows too.
TV shows is a huge.
Before it was like the kind of like Comic-Con was like the mecca of like nerd culture and stuff. And now it's like just Hollywood stuff.
AMC.
It got so big, like so fast.
There's more than one now, right? I think.
Yeah, there's a New York one, right?
It just happened like a month or two ago. Yeah.
Oh, PAX. All the PAXs, more than one. There's all that.
3 of those now. At least
I thought there was 5
in the US or something. Oh.
Well, I know there's like there's PAX East, PAX Prime, PAX Prime's West, PAX South, and then the Australia PAX, and then I think they were talking about doing another one in somewhere else.
Wasn't there one like in Europe or something? Or in like,
that's probably with the fifth one.
London or something.
Yeah, they were talking about doing that out there or something.
So there's actually 4 like in the U.S. Like,
well, 3, and then Australia.
I thought you listed 4. PAX Prime.
Well,
PAX East.
PAX Prime is west side.
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought.
Because
it was like it's east south Prime. And
2 Chainz. Hi.
Yeah. Oh, 2 Chainz.
The chat. Can't hear us. Uh-oh.
Well, that's what people keep saying that, and then it's like we're fine, and then try refreshing. Oh.
Well, yeah.
You can't if you can't hear us, we can't tell you to do anything. I got headphones if you want them. Or you got headphones. There you go.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a common problem that we have is it's like it's either our side or Twitch side or some party or their computer themselves. And then it's like, which one do you fix?
No, never mind. I can hear that.
Okay, good.
Fantastic.
Plug your headphones in or unmute.
And silence your cell phone.
Yeah. Though, to be fair, I've done that a few times. It's like, why can't I hear anything? Oh, mute.
Yeah.
Especially game chat, like on Xbox and stuff. You know, you're talking, you're like, why is no one responding? Oh, mute.
That's me all the time because someone comes in my room or something, and I'm like,
it's when I sip my tea. I know people can hear that, and they don't want to hear me slurping tea. So I'm like, okay, let me mute for a second.
You don't do it on purpose to be obnoxious.
Yeah, I try to control that eating.
Yeah,
because that's like the most annoying thing I hear.
Eating's the worst.
On that game chat is like, no. Yeah, that, and there's like podcasting
My
too.
left ear feels wonderful.
Okay. Oh yeah, you're on the delay, so you have that too.
Yeah, I know. I'm like hearing everything you said like 10 seconds ago.
Oh yeah.
20 seconds ago.
Yeah. Now, but yeah, so I showed you guys a few things. We couldn't really see everything because we kind of already saw it at E3 and other games conferences and stuff, but there was a few things. So do you guys go in particular order kind of thing? I'll let you read.
You start with
Detroit. So this is the game that was originally a tech demo called Kara, and basically for people who don't know, is a android that thinks that it's alive or is in debate, is she alive or something, and then it starts a whole revolution kind of thing. So
never heard of that kind of plot.
Yeah, before. No, never heard of that before. It's by the same people that did Beyond Two Souls and Heavy Rain, I think it is. I forget the studio name, but
and, you know, I love that style of game. Like I love watching that, but I don't know, something about those like rub me the wrong way. Like,
yeah, I've seen like also like a few tech demos of like Beyond Two Souls and stuff like gameplay wise or let's plays, and it's like it sounds like good on paper, but once you actually get it in your hands and try playing it, it's like really cumbersome and not really fun kind of thing. Like
I get that. It feels like it drags on. Like if I was playing it myself, it's just like, how many more buttons do I have to press to open the door?
Yeah. Well, that
too immersive.
And that like one of the biggest complaints I hear about like Beyond Two Souls is like there's an option to like do like a guy asks the girl out, and there's like, hey, do you want to come with me to a party? And it's like yes or no. And then if you say no, he's like, oh, come on, it'll be fun. And you
go anyway.
Yeah, you go anyway. It's like, so what was that point of that conversation?
Both options.
Yes.
Led to the same thing.
You know what? That's kind of how I feel about some of like the Telltale games. Like it bugs me so much that like no matter what you choose in some situations, you're screwed anyway. Like they love doing that so much. It's like, you can either choose to save your friend or you can do your own thing. Guess what? They both screw you over.
Yeah. It's the worst of both evils.
Until Dawn kind of did that as well. Same thing you were talking about. Like, no matter which direction you choose to run, you end up in the same place. So why even bother?
But at the same time, like, you know, like one of the Telltale games that is really known for that is like Walking Dead. But that's like part of the whole series is Walking Dead. It's like, especially the TV show where it's like, no matter what someone does, people will die, kind of thing. So it's like kind of a Sophie's Choice, but that's like part of the story itself. But
I could appreciate that, but it just feels so weird to like be given a choice and then realize immediately that the choice didn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't quite work in games. In TV shows and stuff, that works because it's a narrative. You are a passive viewer kind of thing. games you are controlling it kind of thing. So it's like, well, that's kind of cheap kind of reaction or such. But speaking of, what was it, Until Dawn? They were coming out with a VR tech demo of it, where it's basically, it's an on-rail shooter of the villain that you encounter in the game, and it continues on the story in a sense. I've seen a little bit of it, but it's like, for what the game was originally, this is like complete like left turn kind of, or left field thing.
I would not have expected this whatsoever, having watched the game multiple times. Like, how do you... It's one of those things that I would not expect them to continue whatsoever.
Right.
Like, maybe release, like, some lore stuff behind the scenes, you know, some comic books or something. Maybe. But an actual... what is it even, like, a DLC, or is it a standalone?
It's, I think it is a DLC. It's the PlayStation VR, which is, I think, a lot worse than PlayStation Morpheus, personally. But it's that kind of feel.
We did have a question. Have any of us played Ratchet and Clank?
I am a big fan of that series.
Are?
Yes. Is anyone else a fan of that series?
Unfortunately, my childhood sucked.
I never played Ratchet and Clank. I never had a PlayStation.
Okay. Cheer for everyone. But yes, I'm a big fan of it. I am looking forward to the movie and the game that's coming out. This is actually the best video game movie I've seen, or has potential for, because it's kind of a reimagining of the game, and it's being worked on very closely with the developers that made the game, and also the video game, they're basically retelling the first video game of the series to kind of bring new people into it, but also it's kind of a reimagining, kind of like freshening it up with new graphics and new gameplay that they've developed over the years. But the movie ties in with the game very closely, but there's more in the game that you don't see in the movie, but it's not dependent on the movie or the game.
Yeah.
They both have it, but it's pretty good. From what I've seen, it's I'm very hopeful about it. It's coming to theaters, I think.
Now that you mention it, I do remember seeing the trailer, and I don't mean this in a positive or negative light, but it definitely seemed a little bit childish.
Well, I mean, one of the main weapons is the Groovitron, which is a disco ball you throw up, and everyone, all the villains, even bosses, dance. And there's like a chicken gun where it turns all enemies into chickens. So it's very kid-esque, but it's made to be that way. So it's really,
I get that, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see where it goes, but
like the Angry Birds trailer where they had that movie. Like, it kind of fell flat.
Yeah.
For that one, but I didn't see the Ratchet one.
To be honest, I watched the Angry Birds thing, and I was actually somewhat interested. You know, it looked kind of fun.
Yeah, and they didn't really give too much detail on the plot or anything. So
no, it was mainly kind of like there was like another one another trailer that I saw that was like, okay, this seems more cash grab than they want to do a Angry Bird movie kind of thing.
I did kind of feel like they were a little bit heavy-handed. It was like, hey, here's all the things that remind you of the game. They're gonna be in the movie.
Yeah.
You know.
But a lot of actors too.
Yeah, but at the same time, there's also news that there is going to be a movie about emojis, like on phones and stuff.
No.
So my favorite, yeah. But at the same time, we also got the Kung Fu Panda 3 trailer that was all right. There was some ups and downs and stuff, but it looks good. I have faith.
I don't know. Ever since the second one and its ending, where they were like, "Hey, you remember all those pandas we gave that we killed off to give our main character like a really kind of dark backstory that he can grow up from?" Yeah, that didn't actually happen. They're all alive. They're fine. They're fine. It's okay. I hate it when a movie goes back on like a dark backstory like that and cleans it up. Like, it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. Just let them stay dead for once. You don't need to bring back fathers. You don't need to bring back mothers all the time just for some sense of closure.
Like Bambi didn't do that.
No, they're dead.
She never came back.
They're dead. There's your closure.
Spoiler alert.
They buried them.
For like a 50-year-old movie or something.
Sorry kids, but hey.
Oh,
another movie trailer coming out this Friday is Warcraft. I'm really
I am looking forward to that. I didn't
I saw like
the games whatsoever, but I am so interested.
I saw the teaser for the ogre or something. It looked really good. Like in terms of the animation and such, it looked realistic.
Blizzard is top notch for their.
Is it Blizzard that's making the movie? Or doing the effects? I thought it was someone else.
Actually, honestly, I don't know.
I could have sworn it was another studio that's doing it. But I know Blizzard is known for those really high-end cinematics that make the game look like nothing. Like, it's not like the whole Diablo thing, and it's like, oh, it's a top-down thing.
Yeah, it just like converts straight down, but you're like still blown away from the CGI movie.
Yeah. There's an emoji war going on in our chat.
Oh no.
But yeah, well, I'm looking forward to that. There was like another something. We're kind of getting off track a little bit.
What were we even talking about this?
Game show.
Detroit.
And the cinematic games like. Yeah, Beyond Two Souls.
Uncharted's coming out, but we didn't really see that. It's basically everything you saw in Uncharted 4 from E3. It was just more of it, more multiplayer, too. Robinson is actually something I'm really excited for. From what I saw, it was Robinson's the one with the dinosaurs and the little Wheatley bot.
The totally not Wheatley.
Yeah, the Wheatley.
The 343 Guilty Spark.
Yeah. Kind of thing. But it looks really.
Saw.
That is also another VR demo. Those are I mean, there's like the shooter game that was like, okay, that's kind of gimmicky kind of thing. It's gonna be the growing pains of the whole VR step, kind of similar to like the whole movement Connect thing. But there was a few gems in the Connect thing. But I think with VR, it's going to be a lot better because you could do more and it actually works versus Connect and the whole motion control thing. I mean,
I don't know. I'm always like really leery about the motion control things.
Yeah.
Mostly because it's like, how sensitive are they gonna be? Like if you twitched and then you get like stomped by a dinosaur or whatever. Like if you have to sneeze or take a drink of water or something. It's like, pause.
Well, I mean, yeah. In terms of pausing, it senses when you take it or tilt it up or something.
Yeah.
There's like a sensor that knows, okay, I'm pausing right now or something. And then in terms of like Robinson and our games, the movement is more, you are controlling it for a controller. The whole the head tilt thing is purely just cosmetic, is best way to describe it. It's mainly just like your view of the world kind of thing. So that's why I wasn't too sold about the whole motion thing, because it's like, how accurate can it track a hand waving frantically through the air, kind of thing.
But it's things like I mean, we were even talking about Until Dawn, and I'm sure you've seen this. Like, one of the mechanics in the game was like, keep your controller still.
I saw a little bit of it. I didn't really see too far into the game, because I figured we were doing a let's play of it sometime.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, at certain points in the game, like hiding from the other guys to like pop out and scare them, or you hiding from something that's coming after you, you just have to like hold the controller still, and that's become like infamous too. Because it's like,
there was like
if you have the vibration on in the actual controller, it can actually like jiggle it enough to like completely disrupt the thing, and you
I think it was
that'd be funny.
Get discovered. It's happened. I've seen it multiple times in like Twitch Let's Plays.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad. It's like
a vice grip on it,
or just set it on the table.
Yeah, that's what some people do, but then it starts like vibrating across the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that slowly go away for the last couple of years. Like last time I saw it, I think it was Tomb Raider, and you had to walk across the log like once, and after that was like never used again, or maybe like one quick time event or something. But it was like rarely used or something.
Heck, even for obviously the motion control console essentially is the Wii U. I feel like I have like I don't know what I'm trying to say, but anyway, I'm remembering like playing Mario Party with some people and just getting so mad that you have to like, there's like one of those balancing mini games or whatever, and you have to like keep it balanced or something, and without fail, within like the first 5 seconds, like 3 out of the 4 people are just like, oh, yeah, it's like they can't control that kind of thing.
In its defense, we played Rayman Legends on the Wii U, and that whole like thing of being really hard to control or something was actually really fun because it made the level more difficult because the other players had to go around like spikes and stuff, and the player had to really carefully tilt it just right, or you would kill everyone. It was it was frustrating, but it has to be a good balance kind of thing. But let's move on. Let's see. We got Matterfall. I wasn't too sure what this was. It was just basically like pixels versus pixels.
Mm-hmm.
People say that's like Mega Man, but 3D kind of thing.
Like I said, the arm blaster. I mean, that's a direct thing from Mega Man, but.
Well, I mean, like in terms of the gameplay, they're described as a Mega Man kind of thing, where it's like you have power ups and you can shoot and kill other programs or something.
But not a 2D side scroller, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a third person thing. I'm not sure.
We won't know.
It looks interesting.
Show actual gameplay footage, right?
I think there was gameplay. It's just we didn't really see it. We mostly got just a bunch of trailers, kind of thing. Because I think to see the gameplay, we would actually have to watch the press conference, which is like 2 or 3 hours long.
Mm-hmm.
Just find it out.
Yeah, I'm a little bit good on that. I'll wait for
lazy. Help us out, PlayStation.
Yeah, I'll wait for a video or something later on.
It looks really visually appealing.
Yeah,
I have to say
it looks good. We'll have to get to it later.
Show me more.
Yeah, well, it's mainly a lot of those games. It's like really, it's concept video, but we won't know until we get like a live demo or something kind of thing later on. We also got Wild
Giant Snake Girlfriend.
Yeah, it's like it's like a shaman game where you're a shaman. You have to go out on the quest to save your friend.
Kamikaze rabbits.
Yeah, kamikaze rabbits, bears too that just come out of nowhere and spat things around and jump.
I felt like they have a real, or the main guy that's creating it really has a love for like the whole thing. Like his whole life is about being out in the wild, and he.
Well, this is the same guy that made Rayman way back, so it's that same creativity. Stream of consciousness kind of thing, but it's an interesting premise. It kind of reminds me of this other game. I'm blanking on it. It was like really underrated kind of game, but it was like once you played it, it was like, oh, this is really good kind of game. It's not Until Dawn. It might be Endless or something.
Was it for PC?
It was 360 and PS3. It was like a guy and a girl. It was like connected or something, but it was like one's a slave, the guy was a slave or something. It's like a robot post-apocalyptic world kind of thing. So I'm blanking on the name of itself, but
this one reminded me of Ark Survival Evolved on the PC.
I think that's it. I think that's the game I'm thinking of.
Really? Where they this one's on Steam right now.
It might have been on Steam too. It was like the guy was like kind of muscular and had like a staff or something, and he had a motorcycle.
No, because it's more prehistoric, and it hasn't really been released yet. It's still in beta for Steam.
Oh wait, no. That one.
Yeah,
that one. Okay, so it's similar lines but different game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, we're so off the track right now.
Yeah. We also got Boundless. This was the pixel thing with a bunch of portals.
Mm-hmm.
So what'd you guys think of it? I didn't really tell you guys what the premise is about or anything.
I don't know. It's like it looks like a nice polished version of Minecraft with shiny graphics and characters with actual curves.
Yeah.
But as far as anything else, I mean, like
what's the premise?
Basically, so you saw like there was a bunch of like a big tunnel with a bunch of portals and stuff. Mm-hmm. That was all the players could go to each other's worlds. So everyone could go to each other's worlds. Basically, is Minecraft, but another version of it.
And it's all connected.
It's all connected. It's kind of like Destiny in a sense, but in terms of like what you can do and stuff, everyone's assuming you could build your own world and stuff. But in terms of like, I'm a big fan of like crafting stuff and things. So if it's just like creative mode of Minecraft, it's kind of boring to me because you can only make so many questionable objects.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, questionable. Yeah, it did kind of seem weird to me because I did get that, like, okay, it looks like there's some world building aspect or something, but if it's like you say and you visit other people's worlds, like how can you choose whose world do you want to visit? What's the point?
Is everyone on the same server?
Yeah, exactly.
They did say that it's a public place that anyone can do, but I'm guessing they're is a few settings you could say like, okay, I want my world cut off from everyone. But
the problem with like most of these games that we've listed so far is that like, yeah, we have like a nice picture of what it's gonna look like, but as far as like how it's gonna actually work,
yeah,
like I think the most we've had on that is
I got like between like Minecraft and like No Man's Sky, it's like it's that building aspect kind of game, but the whole like what is the goal of the game, it's not very clear until you actually get it.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
If it's just like purely aesthetic, like, hey, look at this cool thing I made, like an art project or something. I mean, there's only, I have only so many oohs and ahs to spare, you know.
Yeah.
It's gonna run out of novelty soon.
No.
But you know,
kind of already has kind of plateaued a little bit with the whole Minecraft thing, but that's another story. We also got Rigs, which is another VR demo. Basically, it's like a arena Titanfall kind of game where you play and stuff. It's mainly kind of a tech demo showing like, here's the good VR kind of game. I can't really see people playing it too often after.
It looks silly as hell, but to be honest, like, who would have expected a game about cars playing soccer with grown in like, massive popularity to a point of
I feel like it could be addicting if it really controls well and the multiplayer is pretty fun.
If it works well, if it works smoothly, like Rocket League, I mean, that was one of the major things about the game is how smooth it was. I mean, it's so intuitive, I guess is the word.
It's gonna be
addictive.
I think it's mainly gonna be dependent on the controls itself, like between the controller and the VR goggles. Like how, like I'm guessing you could look around your mech and then control.
Don't mess it up.
Yeah, we'll see. They already messed up on the name, so they got like 1 minus point in my book.
Rigs.
Yeah.
Like big rigs or
no, the Sony Morpheus thing. That kind of whole thing. I'm like, okay. But that's basically it for the Sony press thing. Mainly, the other stuff is like we were saw in E3, or you can kind of figure out basically by the title. Like there was like a Forza Motorsport 6 trailer. It's a driving game.
If you missed it earlier, yes, 2 Chainz. This nerd right here is a big fan of that.
I'm not a nerd.
You're a nerd.
I'm a cool nerd.
All nerds.
You're
look
pointing
at us.
to the follow us at Podcade. You gotta point. You gotta reach out.
Yeah, I do. I got. Here he is.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, this dork.
Okay. Yeah. Or. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway,
we got that out of the way.
Directional control.
That guy right there.
If you're talking to
well.
Oh yeah. I did. I gotta watch this on my phone.
Okay. So in our news, some things got bought again. So Candy Crush, everyone's favorite game.
Quite a something to be bought, apparently.
I've avoided it my whole life. I've never played it.
Had like a somewhat interest, and then I found out they were basically Candy Crush got bought by Activision Blizzard. Is that what it is?
Yeah, the conglomerate now.
Yeah.
That looks stupider than I thought it would.
Yeah. Okay. I think it looks cool. It looks cool on our end, but anyway. But yeah, they got bought for $5.9 billion. No. I personally thought it was like, okay, this is kind of gimmicky, and then I found out they were trying to copyright Candy and Saga, which is like kind of dickish, and I don't know. There's another game called Banner Saga, and they were like thought they did give them like kind of a, hey, you need to change your name of your game because we're trademarking it.
No.
Saga.
No.
It didn't work out.
Oh.
It didn't work out for Candy Crush because they didn't change it or anything. They
like
lost.
The stupidest thing that you can do.
So it's like I've kind of just gone like, okay, go jump off a cliff, Candy Crush or something. I'm like no, I'd rather play other games. There's other puzzle games I could get on my phone to play for 5 seconds, like Threes or something. Or what's your other version of Threes? That number
2048.
2048. Okay. That kind of
game. Play that stupid.
I do play it too because it's like a good quick game to play real quickly, and it's just like that.
Like 10 minutes before the class starts, the teacher hasn't shown up.
And no microtransactions. Yay!
Yeah.
But kind of a sad news. It's bigger than Minecraft, Twitch, and Star Wars, which is kind of
maybe not combined, but yeah.
Well, not combined.
Yeah,
it's
Star
just like
Wars was like 4 something billion.
I thought it was just 4 million. or 4 billion.
4 billion, and then Candy Crush for 5.9 billion. That's crazy.
Yeah, that I think Minecraft was fifth on the list, right? Because it was like 2.9 billion, and then Twitch was. Do you remember how much Twitch sold for?
Twitch was just under a billion, so like 990 something. I don't know.
Okay, billion-esque.
Yeah. So 8
billion-ish.
Billion,
yeah. So, but yeah, so Candy Crush is now first spot. I think number one was. Actually, I'm blanking on number one. I know number two was when Blizzard Activision bought themselves out of their deal, kind of thing. So it kind of all connects now.
Full circle.
Yeah, I'm forgetting what was the number one spot, kind of thing. I just read it like 2 minutes ago or 30 minutes ago, kind of thing.
It's short-term memory for you.
Yeah. But you guys never played Candy Crush?
No, never will.
Okay.
Never played it.
No. I've seen like videos of like people playing it, and I'm like, no.
It's weird to me that you can play that like and pay for so many random features in this game when you can go to like any Flash game site anywhere, Congregate, Armor Games, not Doppler, anything like that, and you can find like 100 games that people have made for free that probably play a little bit better. Maybe they're not as shiny and candy related, but they're still fun. Yeah,
but most of the audience is people that aren't gamers or older generations.
Yeah,
I think that's why I avoided it, because I felt like, if my coworkers who don't play any video games are playing it, why should I be playing it, kind of thing?
Yeah, I personally, I think there's a lot better games out there that I think are more willing to explore. I think if you are playing Candy Crush, I think you should go out and try other games, like at least other mobile games, to kind of try out things like.
I think you have a very good point there. It's just like if you're aware of like anything else, then you're probably gonna go play that anything else. But if like, you feel like it's like, this is all I have, okay.
Because my friend invited me on Facebook to play it.
Yeah, like I'm so glad Farmville died.
Yeah.
Or I think it's still there. It's just I'm not constantly being bugged by it.
In, like the dark pits of the internet.
Yeah, I think so. I think after a certain point, everyone just kept blocking those messages, and now it's just like, okay, it's by itself now.
Yeah, I just avoided Farmville because I had already played that game. It's called Harvest Moon, and
I played that too. And then I tried that. I'm like, okay, maybe I'll try it. And then I tried it for an hour. I'm like, so I have to wait a day for one thing to grow.
Yeah.
Like real life days. I'm like, why? Or I could give it $5 and get it instantly. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, we need to move on. Halo 5 came out.
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
You wanted to take this one because I think you're a bigger fan than like.
Actually,
Are you?
I'm a pretty big fan of Halo.
Yeah.
It's probably one of my favorite franchises. Probably. Well, there's a few others like Minecraft. I played quite a bit more than Halo, but in terms of like AAA console games, series, franchise things, it's up there. What about you?
Yeah, I when I first got the Xbox, like that was the original Xbox. That was my like, okay, do I get PS2 or Xbox? And then I saw stuff for Halo. I was like, I want that. I want to play Halo. And then early memories of inviting guys over to my house and we'd play LAN.
Yeah.
And those were the best parties I've ever had.
Technically, we do that every Friday.
Yeah.
Technically. When we record Let's Plays and stuff. But in terms of Halo for me, at first I wasn't on board. I was more a PS2 person. And then my cousin had an Xbox and he played that quite a bit. And he sort of brought me into it kind of thing. I was like, okay, it's a shooter. I'm not really big on shooters kind of thing. And then slowly over time, as I learned the story, I think it wasn't until like Halo 3 that I'm like, okay, I'm sold. I want to see more of this kind of thing. Okay. That's when I really got into first-person shooters and stuff, and now I can't stop playing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we played the campaign halfway through. We're still not done yet, but we also played. I personally played Warzone. That's the new multiplayer thing.
12v12.
12v12, and then there's also AIs running around and stuff, which usually I don't like PvP, but this was actually quite a bit of fun, and it was actually pretty good. Like I got second place on my team
Yeah.
So usually I'm like last.
We feel you.
Man, I get
cool.
teabagged a lot.
It's cool because there's other objectives and stuff, and
I
power-ups.
personally, and I'm also I use this strategy in Destiny too. That like when there's other objectives, like it's not the main objective is to kill me over and over again, like capture the flag or other things.
Mm-hmm.
I do better because there's more chaos, there's more people drawing focus, so I can go in behind them and ninja attack them or go after the NPC people and take
versus
those down.
Team Deathmatch where they're just hunting out you.
Yeah, I don't do well in those. Well, sometimes I do. It depends on the hour. So I did pretty well one time, but it was like at 4 a.m. So
Yeah.
people were still half asleep.
Or little kids just woke up.
Yeah, that too. Speaking of Destiny, I saw a news article that was like they just crossed the 25 million active people playing, which is kind of impressive. Seeing that, but like not too long ago, it was like only 20 million.
The
Like,
most watched console game on Twitch now.
Yeah, I think we need to do some streaming on Twitch.
And they're the top like a week ago they were on the top 5 of the Sony marketplace. All the transactions. Were,
Yeah,
the
the
silver and the Taken.
I have to admit,
King
I did buy a few microtransactions for Destiny because, you know, I justified it. You know, if I'm playing like over 300 hours of this game, I can spend $5 to buy another emote or something that I can use for the next couple hundred hours to kind of mess around with my friends. And
it's going hopefully to a good cause.
Well, they did say that it's gonna all the microtransactions are gonna fund free content for you, so it's not going to waste. It's not lining people's pockets. Well, most pockets,
if they're not lying.
Yeah. Well, I think we'll see in the next month. Actually, starting this month, they're gonna come out with new content and stuff. I mean, they kind of did with the new Halloween update.
Yeah, I really like that. Like, it was totally unexpected.
I mean, they're starting to do like what World of Warcraft has done for the last couple of years. You know, theme holidays and stuff, and it's kind of neat to see it change and evolve over time. Kind of feels more lived in kind of thing. But speaking of other games that are coming out that a lot of people are excited for, Fallout 4, Tomb Raider, and StarCraft Legacy of the Void. Of all those, I'm actually most excited for Fallout, which is kind of surprising, seeing how I didn't quite like the other two, which is... Don't get me wrong.
The other two is in...
Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. Okay, so I think I need to kind of justify why I didn't like them. I didn't like the story of 3 because it was kind of like not well paced and it was kind of boring. So I kind of just roamed around the wasteland and that was kind of fun. And I did that for a couple weeks or so and then it got bored and did something else. New Vegas, I started the tutorial, like the opening cinematic kind of thing. And the story I think I would like because it's like Vegas, there's crime, there's interest kind of thing. And then I kind of got a little bit bored and then I had to go and do something and then I just never got back to it kind of thing. So I'm a big sucker for like time travel stuff. So the whole like time travel thing in Fallout 4 has my interest. So it's like the best possible scenario for Fallout 4.
The stars are aligning for your enjoyment.
Yeah, so if this, I mean, I like Skyrim quite a bit, and this takes place after Skyrim, and there is a whole scavenging crafting system, which I'm also a big fan of. So if this doesn't win me over in Fallout, nothing will, kind of thing. So that's my whole thing. So, but that's coming out next week, which is like the ultimate. I think everyone's gonna call in sick that day.
Yeah, Fallout Day.
Yeah, Fallout Day.
Fallout for school.
Yeah. What about you guys? Are you excited for any of those games coming out or watching those games?
I will definitely be watching Fallout 4. Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider feels like one of those like movies that like comes and goes and like you didn't realize it happened. Yeah. Like I completely forgot that game was even coming out until like a couple days ago when somebody like specifically mentioned it.
Yeah.
I've been less and less excited about kind of adventure games like that. Yeah. I used to be all over them.
I like the
systems.
Yeah, I like the first Tomb Raider or the reboot of the Tomb Raider. I like the story and everything. Yeah, it's like Uncharted or something, but it's different from the usual saturated like first person shooter games. So that I play. So it's a good break.
Yeah, going back and forth.
Yeah, so I'll probably check it out, but it's not high in my queue. I am probably going to be doing a live stream of my own like a solo adventure of Fallout. Just do like the whole mecha thing. Just kind of force myself to play it, kind of thing. If I do a series on it, I kind of will force myself to play it more, kind of thing.
Yeah, 2 Chainz, we got it. We know that. Ratchet and Clank has everything.
Yes, I liked Ratchet and Clank Kraken Time. That was probably my favorite of the feature.
Stars aligning. That's his deal.
Yeah. Yes, I do like it. I actually, if you do have a chance, I would try to go back to play Ratchet and Clank. I think it's on the PS4. I think there's a bundle. I'm not entirely sure. I remember there's a bundle or some kind of thing. The Future, they basically like did like a trilogy called Future it was started on the PS3 because all the other games take place on the PS2. So they kind of like did a somewhat reboot to kind of like, okay, here's like a new trilogy of a story kind of thing. Similar to like Halo, they kind of continued the story but also kind of restarted it. Yeah. So new people could get in kind of thing. So if you can, I would go back and do the beginning of the Future saga kind of thing.
Meanwhile, I'll just watch video.
Or that too. That works too.
Find somebody. I'm sure I can.
Yeah. But it's kind of weird. I would think the way that Fallout 4 broke E3, broke the internet too, especially with the collector's edition, which I got.
Hype has been so crazy for this game.
Usually, like, I thought people would do like the whole Star Wars thing, just avoid it entirely. But like, there's like fewer, like Tomb Raider and StarCraft is also coming that day. I mean, StarCraft does have some oomph behind it.
Nice, 2 Chainz.
So yeah, so nice. 2 Chainz is playing Ratchet and Clank on his PS3 right now.
Right on.
All right. But yeah, I think it's gonna be kind of a hectic week it's been a hectic like last couple of months anyway.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So
one after the other.
I'm just waiting for like December when I can just like take a nap.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But yeah.
Honestly, too, as weird as it is, I'm actually looking forward to Legacy of the Void.
Yeah.
Because I just want to see the cinematics.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I want.
I think that's a lot of people want.
I watched a whole Let's Play of the second one, and then went back and watched like a Let's Play of the first one, and by second one I mean the help me.
Damn it!
It's like
Swarm.
Alien Swarm.
Hmm?
Alien Swarm.
No. The expansion.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I have an iPad.
Yeah,
I could just look it up. But anyway, that thing.
I watched a full Let's Play of that, and then I went back and watched Wings of Liberty, just because I wanted like no more. Show me more of the story, and then then I went back and like finished Heart of the Swarm.
Heart of the Swarm.
Then I went back and watched the rest of Heart of the Swarm. Because it's like I fell in love with the story. It's like, show me more.
Did you go back and watch the cinematics for the original two, the StarCraft?
I did, actually.
And Brood War?
I don't remember much about it.
We are talking about StarCraft Legacy of the Void.
It's coming out real quick here, and I'm excited just to see some pretty looking CG.
Yeah. I mean, I did get into Warcraft a little bit, and I did watch the cinematics of those, and those were interesting. Like, I just wish there would be more, maybe of a series of some kind, but I just know animation-wise, it takes a very long time to make those. So I guess we're kind of getting that with the movie that's coming out, the Warcraft.
Bring it all together.
It's just Warcraft, the movie, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
So I played StarCraft Wings of Liberty. The campaign was amazing. I could barely play it on my laptop at the time. Could barely handle it. I had to turn the graphics down like all the way just to watch the cinematics, or my thing will like freeze.
So you traditional beginning PC gamer.
Yeah, that was my laptop. That was like really crappy at the time, and then I didn't get the sequel, The Heart of the Swarm, and now that this one's coming out, I want to get Heart of the Swarm to play that, and then I'll get this one too. You're
kind of like a big Blizzard fan because you play also Hearthstone, and
I'm a huge Blizzard fanboy.
Yeah, okay. Because you also mentioned you also play Warcraft. Do you play Dota?
Dota?
Or what's the
Heroes of the Storm?
Well, yeah, there's that one, but there was like a dungeon crawler game.
Oh, Diablo.
Oh, Diablo.
I didn't play the first two, but I played the third one on Xbox.
I own Diablo 3 on the PC. I haven't touched it.
I got it for check it out.
I got it for. I know it's really good, and it's like the whole like Destiny or Borderlands loot system, or well, basically those games were made based on this game's reputation. I know that. I just think it would be better with friends going in at same level.
That's
kind of rubbing it in your face. You know, I got this awesome sword and you didn't.
Yeah, I had a few buddies I played Diablo 3 with. It was really fun.
Yeah.
2 Chains. We have played Super Smash Brothers.
There's a few videos that we have not released yet. With the amiibos we did, kind of thing. We'll probably put those out.
We want to do more of that stuff.
Yeah.
That was random and weird.
Yeah. Well, we gotta get more amiibos, which cost a little bit. But
catch 'em all.
yeah.
I don't need amiibos. I just want to smash people.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, we'll do some Super Smash Bros. Later on. We might do that for like a tournament sometime. I know who's gonna win that tournament, but we'll do a tournament.
Who's the best?
I think it's a tie between Mr. Floss and Vlad.
Yeah, they seem like they're the most into it.
Well, Vlad is like, he likes to like compete in Super Smash Bros.
Does he go to tournaments?
He does, and he does that with other fighting games too. But Mr. Floss also plays a lot of those fighting games, not just Super Smash Bros., but other more difficult games like that, like Mortal Kombat. He really likes. I forget what the game is, but it's like an indie game on Steam. It's like a Skullgirls. That's what it is. Yeah, he plays a lot of that. So we shall see who survives. I'm not gonna win, and I don't think
the announcers.
Yeah, me and Necro could be announcers for like the next kind of thing.
I could be the underdog.
No. Yeah, so I think that's about it because we're kind of over time. I think.
One more thing before we go, because there was one thing that happened recently that actually piqued my interest in terms of games coming out soon.
Yeah.
One game coming out next month is Overwatch.
Yeah.
Oh,
their beta just happened.
Oh yeah, well that's another Blizzard thing actually.
It's another. Yeah, I seeing trailers early on, like earlier this year, wasn't really too thrilled or anything. It's like, okay,
another cinematic that I wish would become a series.
And this one was like Pixar level, you know. But I sat down, just took a watch of some people I follow on Twitch playing the beta, and it's like I was just sitting there like watching. It's like, this is way better than this thing has any right to be.
Yeah, I also have dabbled with you. I'm like, yeah, we're probably going to be doing a Let's Play of this sometime.
Team Fortress Classic meets Counter-Strike meets League of Legends.
Exactly. It's got like a mix of like all the good stuff, like awesome looking characters.
Yeah.
There's
fun like
gameplay.
As I was watching, I'm like, there's like a few characters. I'm like, there's Necro, there's Mr. Floss.
Yeah.
Like there's a classic like knight with a big hammer that was like just screams Necro all over.
Unfortunately, I didn't get into the beta. Right? I want to play that.
It's a closed. I think it was a closed beta, and it was like I think you had to have some power behind it, or there was like I think there was a few just general people, but I think it was mostly like press level.
Streamers too. Like,
yeah, streamers.
Streamers got it.
Yeah. I don't know my Nintendo ID, and I'm not on there enough to justify it because
we do play those games every so often, but not often enough.
Not that often. It's like there's like a layer of dust on like Nintendo 3DS or Nintendo stuff.
You just reach over.
Yeah. Yep, that kind of thing. But yeah, anything else before we go?
No.
Good call with the Overwatch. I want to play that.
Yeah, isn't that coming out?
It's coming out like mid-December, I think, late December, something.
I thought it was like beginning of January.
No, it's December. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I have to make it.
Pretty sure. Do you know?
Well, I wonder if they
iPad.
said Q4 or Q1 2016.
Let's just look that up just to be sure. But
Yeah.
when that comes out, I think I actually do want to play that because I sat and watched a good few hours of just one of my favorite streamers, Whitwick's, just having a blast with this game. This like I had next to no interest in this game before.
And free to play too.
And it's free to play. Holy crap!
Oh, is it free to play?
Yeah, it's just gonna be microtransactions.
I'm okay with that. We don't have to buy like 5 copies of that game.
Yeah, right. Like I wow. Night 2 tunes.
Okay.
2 chains.
Let's see. It's coming at
2 chains. 2 chains. There's a reason I say that, and I want to say it was like some YouTuber that said that.
What's the rapper that says it?
Well, there's also
does he say
the guy who chains in Payday too. That's the only chains I know. There's not really a release date for it that I could find like on shorthand.
Blizzard's notorious with delaying stuff.
Yeah, so I think they learned don't say it until it comes out.
Fair enough.
Well, it's like sometime in 2016.
In the next few months, I guess. We'll be looking forward to that. But yeah, I'm way more interested in that than I was like a few weeks ago. You know?
Yeah.
Like, wow. But yeah.
I think that's about
in
it.
In the meantime, I'll just go back to playing Binding of Isaac Afterbirth for like 800 more hours.
I think you might need to go to like a meeting like us with Destiny.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think this is gonna be it for our podcast here at Podcade.com. Make sure you subscribe to us so you don't miss our next podcast. Subscribe to us on Twitch so you don't miss.
Follow us on Twitch. Subscribe on YouTube.
Oh, is there a difference?
Yeah, we don't. Yeah.
Okay, never mind. So yeah, do what he says, or what he says, kind of thing. Because
wait, before we go, we gotta do like the Michelangelo. Wait, was it
Podcade.com down there.
Yeah, kind of.
You gotta touch fingers.
Yeah, we gotta do like the finger touch. I can't see my hand.
Oh shit!
right there.
Yeah. Is that it? Yeah.
Right there.
Move your mic.
Okay. Anyway, make sure you follow us on all our social media links and stuff. It's all on Podcade.com. Just go there and you can find everything
Links below.
Yeah, all that down there. And we shall see you next time. I'm Server Dude.
I'm Umpo.
Corey.
And bye.